Hey everybody, it's Franklin, Online Recovery Community Virtual Campus Productions. Welcome to episode number 4. Um, just a brief discussion. Well, first a quick background. Woke up this morning and got the email from a sponsor brother. This is a guy that's in my line of sponsorship family. What that means for people who are not familiar with 12-step fellowships is our mentor is the same person. So the guy that mentors me and has been for the better part of 18 years has been mentoring the same guy. And the same guy sent me an email this morning with a picture of someone that he's been mentoring or sponsoring. And it just says he passed. And the guy that passed would be considered a sponsee nephew to me, and just a beautiful guy, 2 beautiful daughters, known him for years. Seems like he always wanted to have the life that he saw being modeled for him by, the people in the sponsorship family. And what happens is sometimes people think if you hang out with the right people, you're just going to get what they have. And I guess sometimes the most important element is missed. The most important element is doing the work. And even before doing the work of like finding recovery, the most important thing is, stop using. In this case, it was drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be anything. There's always an end. And this guy's a precious guy. I won't mention his name. I have his picture on my screen right now. It's he and his 2 daughters, and he OD'd. He's gone. And being in recovery for close to 2 decades, there's always a call, there's always a text, there's always a Facebook post that says so and so has passed. It's like, oh, that stinks, that sucks. But this one's like really close to home because I've known this guy for years, had his own business. He's been trying to recover for the longest time. And he's gone. They talk about the bitter ends being jails, institutions, and death. And, he used drugs and he died. And I meditated on this for a brief second, and then I shared it with my wife. And I remember something that I wrote in my recovery book years, look at this thing, years ago. It says, the best way to honor them is to keep going. Go, Frank, go. So the question is, how do you honor people that have passed from the same affliction that you have suffered with? How do you honor these people? I plan on, making sure that I cherish my relationship with my wife more tonight. I plan on definitely putting more fearlessness and courageousness into my business, and really affecting people as much as I can by being just raw and authentic. But if you suffer from the disease of addiction and the way that you use happens to be drugs, you don't have to die. You can actually stop using and start living. There's always a way out. I remember my last time. It was October in 2003. And we have a way of saying if you don't remember that your last time using, you haven't used for the last time. I never forget the hell of that day. And that's like there's a stake in the ground when I used and how I felt afterwards, and I never ever want to feel that way again. And I really don't have to. I really have a choice in this. I have to sit through a lot of uncomfortable feelings, a lot of pain, a lot of things not going my way. But I can always come out the other side better and more intact and more connected. We talked about in a previous series, the opposite of addiction is connection. Um, One day sober, one day clean, one day of freedom is a miracle. When you start stringing those days together with some work, your life transforms. How do you deal with death and addiction and recovery? How do you deal with the death of a loved one, someone whose demise was met by using drugs and alcohol? And how do you give voice to that? So I'd like to hear from you. Shoot a DM, send an email. You can email info@onlinerecoverycommunity.com. You send a text to 410-441-3332. Let's wrap ourselves around this. Let's have community, because death has a way of speaking to those who are still alive, especially to those who are living in the miracle of freedom. I choose to create out of the pain. I choose to create life, give voice to it, and continuing helping others. So this is Franklin Online Recovery Community. Rest in peace to this dear friend of mine. God bless his children. Let's live today. Love you. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.